Playoffs? We're talking about playoffs? Are you kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Yes, guys, it is playoff time in my fantasy football league. Currently, we're in the second round. I just won in the first round. I'm in a 12-team league, and we had 6 teams that made the playoffs, and I had to play to get to the second round because the 2 first teams got byes, which would be the 1 and 2 seeds. So I had to play to get into the second round, and I did. So this is just a little introductory video about my team and who is currently going to play this coming Sunday. But it can always change because, some people may be hurt or, just an opinion of mine to change up the lineup. But without further ado, here is my team. Go. At quarterback right now, I have Robert Griffin III, or RG3. I also have Big Ben and Eli Manning on my roster, but Robert Griffin III has been putting up really good numbers. And he's questionable, but right now he's my starting quarterback, and that may change if he's not going to play, but he's putting up ridiculous numbers, and I actually got him in the 8th round, so I'm pretty lucky to see how good he's doing, so that is awesome to have him on my team. My running back is, in my opinion, the best running back in the NFL, and also my favorite player on my favorite team, Adrian Peterson. The last 2 weeks he's gotten me 30 plus points, and he's the best fantasy running back. In my opinion, a lot of people, he's the best running back in the NFL. Could get a 2,000 yard season, which would be awesome. They call him All Day for a reason, and he is a big part of my team. If he doesn't do good, my team usually, does bad, but he really hasn't had a bad game in, weeks, so he is going to be a key part in my team winning. My other running back is Bryce Brown, and I got him in free agency a couple weeks ago. 1 week he did really good. This week he got me 0. But right now I'm going to play him. I will see how he does, and I'm really hoping he has a decent game because he's projected to get 14 points. So right now he is my starter. I'm also getting Wilson from the Giants, so I have to decide, but right now he is my other running back for my team. And now my first receiver is Andre Johnson. I actually picked him with my first pick, and this season he's been doing really good. He already has over 1,000 yards. I think it was an interesting first pick, but I thought Matt Schaub was really going to look for him, and he has. And he's a really dependable receiver. He's a veteran. He's been in the NFL for a long time. So Andre Johnson usually gets me some numbers, and he's also a big part of my team winning. And I'm really hoping he has a good week because this week the Texans, got blown out by the Patriots, so, they're probably going to want to get a win. So I hope Andre does good. And now my next receiver is Victor Cruz, and he's been doing really good. This week he got me 20 points. I also played Eli Manning, so I got double for touchdowns, whenever he caught one. And he's been a reliable player for me. He's gotten big numbers. He's having a great season. And I was actually either going to pick him or Percy Harvin, but my friend wanted to get Percy, so I was going to be nice. And I'm glad I didn't do that because now Percy's on the IR. And Victor Cruz, I think was a steal because the numbers that he's been putting up, and I actually got him in the later part of the draft, and I am not mad about my pick. And he's going to help my team win, and I think that he should have a good week. Alright, for my tight end spot, I have Mr. Dependable, Tony Gonzalez. He's basically guaranteed to get you, 8 to 9 fantasy points, but, he can't get you 15. He's just dependable. I got him right in the draft because I knew, Matt Ryan's going to look for him, and he's going to be a red zone threat, and he's gotten a good amount of touchdowns. I think he has 7 or 8, and, he's just a reliable tight end, and he may be old, but, like fine wine, he only gets better with age. That's what they say. So, yeah. And now for my flex player, I have Randall Cobb. And I actually picked him up free agency maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago, in between there. And he has Aaron Rodgers, and he's been putting up ridiculous numbers, probably 12 points a week. And I did not play him this week. I played Dwayne Bowe, but Dwayne Bowe did okay. And if you don't know, Dwayne Bowe is on the he's hurt. He hurt it or something. But Randall Cobb is a huge part of my team, and I think he could be the decision maker if I win or not, depending on if he has a good week. And he usually does because he has probably one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, Aaron Rodgers. So he's going to be a big part of my team to win. And now for my defense and special teams, I have my favorite team, the Minnesota Vikings defense. This week they played really good against the Bears. They had a touchdown, 2 picks, and only held the Bears to 14 points. And they played the Rams, which I feel really confident because the Rams aren't really consistent. And we love to defend the run, and they have a great running back. And Sam Bradford's a little shaky, so I think the Minnesota Vikings defense can get it done. I actually had them, but then I released them, and then I got them back, so hopefully I made the right decision, and I will be starting them because I feel confident in them, so yep. And now the last spot is my kicker. I have Blair Walsh, and actually I have used Robbie Gould the whole season, but if you guys haven't heard, he's on the IR, so I've signed Blair Walsh because, he's got great range, and the Vikings do kick a lot of field goals, and they could be a high-scoring team, so, he could get me like 8 to 10 points, and he's been having a really good year, so I thought I might as well sign him because Robbie Gould is injured, so yeah.